Hello, 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 everyone. I am Dr. Vivid, your favorite pint-sized, fun-sized, travel-sized therapist, actual doctor of clinical psychology, and a team Rayceen co-host and moderator. We have an exciting interview for you today. And joining us today, Sug Daniels. Hi, Sug.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on to chit chat. I love a good chit chat. I do.
We love it. I love your energy. Not just a good chit chat, but I just love your energy. Your energy when you perform, your energy when you speak. So I'm just glad to have you here.
Thank you. It's an exchange. I'm just mirroring what you're giving me. That's really all it comes down to.
We love to see it. So for those who are not familiar with Sug, how would you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Okay, right on. Let's get into it, y'all. Hello, everybody. I am Sug Daniels. That's Sug like sugar. I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been making music since I was little. I started singing in gospel choirs with my mom when I was a little girl. Then I continued making. I just never stopped from there. Originally from Delaware, but I now live in the amazing city of Philadelphia. I do love me some Philly. I'm having a good time. Moved up here for music. Coming up on a year now, so it's been a pretty fun, pretty wild ride. After kind of singing for a little bit, I was rapping with my cousins for a long time. That was really fun. But then I kind of just wanted to get back into singing, so I started like a funk soul band with my buddies called Hoochie Coochie, which was a really fun. But during the pandemic, I couldn't really get with my band. I couldn't get with anybody. But I kept, I had the urge to write. I feel like if you're a writer, you're creative, it doesn't really stop. So during the pandemic, I started playing, out of all instruments, the ukulele. I started writing some music, recording and putting it out, remotely at my house, and got picked up by a label. Shout out to Weird Sister Records. They were into my weird little ukulele music. So I'll put a Franklin Street EP out on September 3rd of last year. And yeah, just been killing it and writing music and playing shows.
Yeah, we love it. See, this is the thing, right? I'm familiar with Hoochie Coochie, right?
Okay.
So how did you shift? The pandemic has made so many transitions in our lives. So how was that shift from going from being with the band to working on your solo endeavors?
It was honestly really scary. It was really scary. I think mostly in the way that once I started about performing it, I mean, I write music all the time. I love to write. It's just something that just makes me feel good. It's like I feel a really good way to kind of figure out your thoughts. Put it to words, put it to music, put it to rhythm. That's what we do for kids. So that it just makes sense that people just write songs. But when it came down to performing, that's when I think I got a little scared. I'd always had a big group of people, whether it be my cousins, when I was rapping back in the day with Flow City, shout out to Flow City, or Hoochie Coochie, and I had all my friends with me. The idea of being on stage alone really terrified me at first. I was like, when I'm on stage, it's so much fun. It's like you're playing, It's like every time you get on stage with your friends, your buddies, it's like you're just having a big game. It's really fun. And you're inviting everyone to come play, be a part of the thing with you. So I wasn't really sure how that was going to go, but if I'm honest, I fell in love with it. I don't think that there's anything in particular like one over the other, because it's special to share that gift with friends. But to be able to stand alone on a stage and like be able to deliver my message and to give my gift, to be able to do that by myself is really empowering, really strong.
Well, I know you just did a show in Philly. You did a fest.
Like Sweet Juice Fest?
Yeah.
I did a bunch of them. It's been a busy summer. Sweet Juice Fest was fun. That was actually a festival I had put together with like 6 friends. It was like, we were in a group chat and we were like, we should throw a festival. You think we could? And then we did. It was crazy. The WXPN, the local radio station here, got behind it. They were like talking about it online and talk about it on the air. It was just so crazy. And all of us were making music and releasing music, and we were all so busy. So all of us were just like kind of at the level where we knew we could all bring people. That was fantastic. I love being in a city. I'm a country girl. I'm from like Southern Delaware, so I'm used to cornfields, and you're lucky if you can get some people together to make even a band, let alone a whole festival. So that's been a lot of fun, kind of finding the community here in Philadelphia, and using that energy to just continue blossoming and being creative and inviting people into doing what we're doing.
See, so you're not really a solo. You're not alone because your friends are along on the ride.
Yes, that's something that I thought about as well with like the solo music. I was like, I'm gonna be by myself. I feel like I've collaborated more in like the last year than I ever have in my whole life.
Wow.
Like just last night, I played with different iterations. Sometimes I have full band, sometimes I have a trio, sometimes I have a duo. But I kind of just pick and choose who I think would be best for for that event and who's gonna be professional. And a rule of mine is if the hang has got to be good. It's got to be a good time. We got to have fun together. And I've just like come into met so many more musical friends to be doing so much fun stuff with.
Right, because music is universal. It's the language that we all accept. And it's so easily consumable because you know how someone feels. You can actively see how they respond to the music in real time.
Yep.
And
Yep. Love it.
you're creating the vibe. You're taking the vibe with you at all times. And speaking of vibe, so you released, Franklin Street EP last year, but you did the
Yes.
video for Heavy, which
Yes.
I think is one of the coolest, simple, but relatable videos.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
what I was going for. I was like, I want it to be simple. I want it to be cool. I want it to be relatable.
So you hit the marks. You hit them all. So tell me,
Yes.
what inspired Heavy thought process as far as.
Yeah, for sure. Are we talking about the song or the music video or both or what?
Give me a little bit of both.
Okay, all right. So heavy was really cool. It sounds like a really fun song, but it's such a like gut wrenching, heart wrenching kind of situation that I was in for a bit there. So the Franklin Street EP was mostly written on Franklin Street at my now manager. She was just my friend then, but now she's my manager. Love her to death, Lauren. Shout out to Lauren. She like had a third floor space that I was staying in. I was staying there because I was going through a breakup. Me and my partner at the time had been together for like 10 years. And so we're going through this breakup, and I didn't really have the income because it was during the pandemic. I didn't really have the income to just like, okay, I'm gonna leave and find a whole new place. So she like let me stay on her third floor and like really get myself together. So I was writing a lot of music there, and I had a friend, not Lauren, another friend that we were kind of having. They were just really there for me in a way that after being with someone for so long, you kind of have a type of blinders on when you're in a monogamous relationship. So maybe somebody being flirty or like there being maybe like a feeling bigger than just friendship. But after this, going through this breakup, I just found myself thinking very often, like, is this a thing? Are we flirting? Are we like doing this? Just having a lot of feelings and emotions. And especially for queer people, I feel like the lines between friendship and romantic connection can sometimes get a little blurred, especially when you're, emotionally vulnerable, like going through a breakup.
Right.
And, then you have this friend who's doing all the things for you that you wish that your partner could do, or even just in general, not even if you have a partner, sometimes those lines can just get really blurry. So that's what the song was about. I really had that emotion. Never told that friend that song was about them because I didn't want to anyway. I just needed to get that emotion out. When it came to the video, I was staying with another buddy, my buddy Rob, who lives right down the street from Lauren. And he just had a bunch of fun like camera equipment and stuff like that in his house. And I just used what was around me to kind of create this little story of like, you have your friend, you're like texting all day, you're so excited. And you just like, can I get them out of your mind? And sometimes things don't go, always as planned. I don't want to spoil it. I want everybody to watch it. So I'm not going to tell you what happens in the end. But yeah, just kind of being vulnerable. You never know what you're going to get. So, but had a little camera, I think I edited on like iMac movie something editor. I don't know. It was whatever was at the house. So yeah, I just get creative and I use what I have around me to just make stuff,
I love that. Sometimes life imitates art. Sometimes life creates the art for us,
Mm-hmm.
and I love listening to lyrics and closing my eyes and then listening to lyrics that have visual pieces as well. And I said, this is some relatable queer stuff, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's very much
triggered.
Very much so, but I felt seen as well. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Speaking of being seen, okay. So you released Be Cool last month.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me more about this newest single?
Okay, Be Cool was really fun to write. I had to write like a song for me to like chill out. Cause I feel like we all talk about hustle culture and taking time to rest. And we know what time it is. At the end of the day, I love to do what I do. I just feel so lucky and so blessed that every day I wake up and I do something musical. But I can sometimes like literally like work myself to death. Like just not like enjoying things, but not as much as I could be if I would rest a little bit in between. So that song was kind of my reminder to myself that it's okay to like have a break, to take your shoes off, put your feet in the grass, do a little grounding, rub your crystals, whatever you want to do, take a nap. And to trust that when I come back to the project, to come back to whatever I'm doing, I'm going to be fine. The rest makes the rest, like when I say rest, I mean like the physical resting of the body and the mind, it makes it so you can be better at the thing that you love to do. You have to do it.
I love it. You can't push yourself. Sometimes we're so focused on getting things done that we don't know that we have to step back and let it breathe so that the vision really manifests.
Yes.
And I love that you created that reminder for yourself, but for all of us.
Yeah.
And I told you, I let my daughter hear it and she was like, okay.
Okay. You had a little slide guitar in there.
Right. If you get a preschooler's nod of approval, because she will tell you she doesn't like it straight up.
Yes.
That song.
Oh my God. I was at a show the other day and we were talking, it was me and a bunch of like, kind of like, in our 30s and who's had kids and who didn't. And we were just talking about like, I don't know if I could have a child in my home telling me the truth all the time. I think it would like, really, I don't know if I'm emotionally strong enough to deal with something like that, but I do appreciate that they tell the truth and they do. I sometimes I do some busking when I feel a little, just like a little adventurous. And kids love it. They love it. They love the little ukulele. They always come by. And I know that these kids would not be coming and stopping and giving me little dollar bills if they weren't really enjoying themselves. Because children are just like, they'll walk by like this if it's not.
Very much true. Very much true. And you're presenting, to be this Black person with this ukulele is different than a lot of us have had experiences in terms of like folk music and artistry. How has that been for you in this journey solo?
So I kind of just picked it up just to play around with it, but it has been such a profound thing to do. I really didn't realize that the image of like a Black woman playing an instrument, especially a string instrument, would be as moving to people as it did. Like I said, I just pick up whatever's around me. The ukulele was in the room, so I was like, I guess I'm going to play this now. And once I started to present it to people, they really seemed very moved by it. And the more I kind of dug into the folk Americana, because my passion is in performance. I just love to sing and to bring people together and to create a nice vibe and atmosphere. I've done a bunch of different genres, but kind of moving in the folk and Americana and country realm has been so like needed because as a lot of people know, or they should, American music has all across every genre has its roots in Black music. Yes. We are such a creative people. It is so beautiful. From banjo was created by slaves, and it is like one of the most American sounds you could ever hear. You hear banjo, you know exactly what it is. That's America. It was created by us. Country is actually was originally started by Blacks. The Black cowboys were not white, they were Blacks, they were Black people. But a lot of this history kind of has been whitewashed. Not even kind of, I don't know why I said that. It's been whitewashed. So I think I'm just kind of at this point where I'm like, okay, I know that I have to stop trusting anyone else to tell me my history. I need to do my research. And I have this platform. People love the little ukulele, they love the string instruments, they love the guitar. I want to use that platform to talk about these things. So I talk about these. I talk about politics in my performances, and I write all different kind of songs. But if I'm going to have someone's attention, I'm going to have this crowd's attention. I want to leave them with not just a good, fun, vibey feeling. I want to leave them with their minds feeling good too. Like, oh man, did you hear? She said that Black people invented the banjo. I think I'm like, I'm gonna Google that. Is she right about that? Google it. Yes, look it up.
We did.
Look it up. And not even any kind of like spiteful way. We just have to stop expecting for other people to tell us our history. We have to teach each other. We have to teach the rest of the country, apparently, because they don't know. They're not going to look it up. It's our job. So it's been fun. And I feel very embraced in a lot of these folks. And it was a little scary because a lot of times, you don't see a lot of chocolate or a lot of melanin. You're like, okay, is this for me? But if I'm being completely honest, I feel like I have been so accepted and so encouraged, and people want to hear this information. They really do. So it just was perfect timing.
I love it when everything just links up and lines up for you. True alignment is a beautiful thing.
Oh, it's the only way to move.
Yeah, exactly. Intentional alignment. That's the way we move, And speaking of, folk music and the Black experience, especially as a Black woman in the industry, I like to, you're a modern griot, because folk music is all about telling stories and passing down and the interpretation of our experience. So you should be embraced because you are folk. So
yes, that's right. That's right.
You is the moment. So yeah. Where can people get more of Sug right now? What do you have cooking? Tours, fest, new music? Let us know.
Yeah, right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in the studio. I'm recording a lot of music. I got some demos I'm putting together. Philadelphia has been such a gold mine for musicians. So I'm so excited to work with some of these cats that I've been playing around and touring with. I got some things I can't quite speak on yet, but I'm super active on social media. I love going out and having a good time, exploring the city. I love posting videos and playing music. So definitely be sure to follow me online. I got a little email list. I know you guys are in DC and I'm in Philadelphia. Let me know. I'm so good at social media. Like I will have people tell me they like a venue or a type of place or artist I should play with, and I will fool around and book that venue. So if you guys have some places, please let me know where you wanna see me. But other than that, I'll just be booping and bopping around Philadelphia till I can get this album out.
Yes, we love it. And Philly's such a vibe, especially Black communities in Philly, queer communities.
Oh, West Philly?
That's a vibe. So
yes,
I'm glad that you found your place. That's as far as your new home and your new space. So speaking of your social media, can you drop some of your social media handles, and we will have the links in the description for everyone?
Yes. So it is Sug Daniels everywhere you're looking. That is going to be SUGDANIELS _.
All right. Thank you again to the amazingly talented Sug Daniels for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for joining us. I feel like this was a vibe. This was a chat. I mean, I'd love to come back. When I got some more stuff, I'm going to hit you up.
Listen, we're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen.
All right, everybody. Until next time, love you, Sug, for all of your energy. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this interview. And remember to please follow Team Rayceen on social media and subscribe to the Team Rayceen YouTube channel, y'all. Okay? But most of all, thank you for watching. Till next time.